King Arthur promised us safety on these shores. Instead, we found stormy seas, rocks like shark teeth, and treacherous mists. Those few who managed to land will be set by hunger, cold, and nightmares born of weirdness. My people settled around a gnarled old statue. Though we did not understand its origin or purpose, the enemy seemed to avoid it. That was good enough. For a time. In the end, the winds of weirdness only grew stronger, and the statue failed to protect the settlement. There was fear, despair, and then nothingness, as reality melted around us.
You awake to nothingness. All you can sense is darkness. A dense mass of emptiness so total that even your thoughts disintegrate. Then you hear whistling. An eternity seems to pass before something materializes in the darkness with you.
Damn it, you weren't supposed to land here. Damn it all to hell.
The creature pauses for a moment, clearly weighing up some options.
Now, listen, there's a lot to do and no time to waste. What can we try? Perfect. You can speak, and yes, these are really great questions. No easy answers, though. Sorry to disappoint. Now, listen closely. Are you ready? You're gone. Your village is gone. Everything you've ever known is gone. Yes, everything and everyone. However,
the creature taps two hooves together, marking a dramatic pause.
There is a small chance, an infinitesimally tiny chance, really, to bring it all back. You were saved from death in order to keep your reality from falling apart. But, well, it's not going to be easy. First, we must ensure that you're in good enough condition to actually do anything. Which brings us to the problematic part. Your body.
You squint down at your feet and hands in the darkness. They seem...
Oh no. Oh, goodness me, no. That's just an illusion. I had to get you here somehow, didn't I? Otherwise you'd start talking about the afterlife and whatnot. And this, my friend, is not an afterlife. This is a total mess. But let's see what we can do. Here, this little trick should get us started at least. Well, it seems your soul isn't strong enough to be picky about its vessel yet. Don't worry, you'll grow. Now, we need to see whether my little trick actually worked.
The goat weaves his fingers in an intricate series of gestures. With a final flourish, he conjures a terrifying creature into the emptiness.
Aha, here we go. This is a powerful Avalonian warlock. But don't worry, he's not really here. Not in the truest sense. Your goal here is simple. Fight. Show me that you've got what it takes. I should have seen that coming. It was optimistic of me to expect you to beat it on your first try, but don't worry. Like I said, you'll grow. I'm going to send you to a very special place now. It's a mirror of your reality, located in an endless loop between life and death. You won't die there, but nothing's really alive there either. You'll wake up in a place resembling your own village. You'll find a man there whose task it is to help you on your journey. Your main objective for now will be to push onwards, survive, kill the 4 guardians. Then we'll talk. Listen, it's been 4 years since humans landed on these shores. 4 years of strife, fear and hunger. At least that's what you tell yourselves. And 4 years of war you were destined to lose, because even the mightiest human wizards are no match for the Avalonians.
Seeing your expression, it makes an impatient grimace, stepping from one foot to the other.
The war you brought here? Well, it wasn't exactly going in your favour. But then that wizard, Merlin? Well, he had an idea. Your king, Arthur, he had another brilliant idea. Both stubborn mules, both playing with powers they didn't understand and were never meant to understand. And so we're here, in this corrupted reality, strung together with the last strand of somebody's goodwill.
Where your hometown once was, a lone man sits among the remains. He doesn't notice you, only when you walk right up to him.
It's not my farmhold, is it? I'm from up north, the land of fog. I don't know what happened.
At least that's one thing you have in common.
A creature that looked like a goat told me I'd wake up in a strange place, and that I'd find someone in need of my help there.
The man looks...
I've already made some preparations and settled in one of the tents here. I can't offer you much at the moment, though. This place is different. But you? I've seen an enormous creature out there. A golem of stone. The evil energy it emits is beyond anything I've ever felt. I'd say getting rid of that beast would be a good start. I don't remember, and I don't know what I'm doing here, or how I got here. All I know is I'm supposed to be helping you with your quest. All I know for now is that you need to find the rest of the people who are supposed to join us and help them out in their troubles. I don't know. Maybe it will come back? Maybe there's something that could trigger my memories.
Good. I caught you before you went out, all on your lonesome. Our mutual friend already told you to slay the stone golem. Perfect. The golem is just a start, though. Even if you do manage to kill it, the further you go, the more dangerous the road will become. And since we're talking roads, You're walking within the weirdness now, and it's dangerous. Take these candles, light them up, and try not to let this damned fog close around you. Got it? Oh, and before you face the golem, look around the area. There's a blacksmith nearby who might be willing to join your village. Finding people like him will be crucial for your survival. Each one will be helpful in a different way. And with that, I'm out. Good luck.
Early explorers of Avalon found many springs with supernatural properties, including ones that could heal. You immediately feel refreshed. However, you feel a strange chill running down your spine like an icy finger. As the waters heal you again, the spring runs dry. It's a mystery why these stones light up and banish the weirdness when people walk by. Many believe Merlin himself invented the runes carved into them. There's also a darker rumor that they were left by the Four-Dwellers to lure humans into their domain, like moths to the flame. As the flickering light of the weird candle combines with the milestone's faint radiance, you hear someone screaming near.
Godless healing! Godless healing!
Intrigued, you approach the source of the sound.
Who said you need an all-mother or a stag father to have a blessing of health? Let's not dwell on them anymore. It's all about potions and elixirs and other trinkets infused with proper...
His monologue goes on. You can see tiny horns growing from his skull. You enter an old cemetery. It reminds you of more peaceful times, when people had the luxury of burying their dead properly and returning to pay their respects. However, the cemetery is not a place you should linger, especially this close to the weirdness. You didn't notice the shift, but suddenly, instead of walking among human graves, you now walk among rugged, gigantic plates of weird stone. This place looks like a cemetery of giants, or perhaps of the Four-Dwellers. Did the Four-Dwellers bury their dead? Whatever this place is, lingering here doesn't seem like a good idea. Wandering around, you notice that the plants on the ground around you are more like muscle tissue than typical vegetation. Then you notice an old man smiling at you in a disturbingly friendly manner. He's sitting near an enormous pool of blood and stacks of fancy bouquets made of body parts. Hands, hearts, testicles, arms, all held together by an unknown power, form the shape of a sunflower. Your horrified eyes pass over baubles made of kidneys and macabre flowers tied neatly with intestine ribbons.
Come, don't be afraid. I suppose some might consider my shop rather extravagant, but trust me, you won't find anything quite like my bouquets in these woods. So, what do you have for me today?
He notices a question forming on your lips.
Oh, pity. I thought you came here with my delivery. Well, that's an inconvenience. A splendid choice. I guarantee you won't regret it. These were preserved with care and the expertise of my years of experience, so they should last for quite a while.
The man's joy quickly turns to sadness. With teary eyes, he continues,
Yes, this bouquet would have been a perfect gift for a special lady, one that's dear to your heart, if only...
He sobs for a while. Then, with a shaky voice, he explains,
Bouquets have a purpose. They were invented for a reason. But that purpose has disappeared from this world. Everyone says there are more important matters at hand. We just don't live in the right times for vanity and joy. And
he tries to collect himself.
But I won't give up. I need to believe that all is not lost. There is a lady out there, the fairest maiden of them all. There's no doubt in my mind. Her presence by my side is all I dream about. Please, I beg you, take the bouquet. When you meet her, the love of my life, she's bound to notice that it was made especially for her.
You find an elderly archer sitting near a small fire.
Oh, a visitor? I haven't seen a friendly human face for a long time. It's getting lonely out here.
With a gesture, he invites you to sit with him.
Beautiful, isn't it? Not much. I tend to the fire and watch over this place. Since I failed to fulfill my task, I need to sit here and watch the fire. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm certain something terrible will happen if I stop. Well, that's...
As you sit by the archer, you notice that this fire doesn't behave like a regular fire. It has the power to push weirdness away, just like a menhir or a weird candle. Moreover, you suddenly notice that the man's legs are rooted into the ground with blue veins. The veins stretch from his feet into the fire pit. You form a question in your mind, but when you look into the man's eyes, you realize there's no point in asking it. His gaze is absent, and his movements are barely noticeable. You decide to leave it for another time, and turn your eyes towards the fire. The flames flicker with a weird, magical rhythm. You hear music, joyful melodies at that. They sound weirdly inappropriate, drifting through the inscrutable darkness.
Oh, a traveller. Come on, sing with me.
There are many instruments around, all made from materials at hand. Most
Singing is the only thing that will get us through these strange times, don't you agree? Sing with me. You aren't all that bright, are you? My music once filled the halls of... Wait, what was the name of that king? You know, the tall one. Arthur? Yes, grumpy one, didn't like jokes, but he paid well.
He starts to dance again, clapping on his belly like a drum.
Speaking of paying, Master Stranger, do you have any coins to spare? If you do, I might teach you a song or two.
A song breaks through the slithering of the weirdness.
I have no hope, no home, no gold. Mine is but misty morning cold.
Not long afterwards, you come upon a man wearing a blacksmith's apron.
Oi, traveller. Want to buy a good anvil? 'Tis all I have, I'm afraid. Me home, you see, went poof. 1 minute there, next minute gone. I found myself here, with this lump of iron for company. I swear to gods it started talking to me not long ago. Oh, no. I left that life behind quite a while ago. All I'm interested in these days are runestones. Yes, containers for the magic of giants. Even though you'll usually find them broken, they're extremely powerful. You can use them to enhance your weapons or armor. They will influence your abilities in different ways. Also, when you find 3 of the same kind and rarity, you'll be able to fuse them together. This will make them even more powerful. Here, let me give you some. You can try it later. I'd say that since you know what you're looking for, you should be able to find more of them out there. By the way, you want me in your village? Well, you must first prove you can take care of yourself. Kill 10 bears and... just fooling, for pity's sake. What would I need 10 bears for? Show me the way.
There are old customs that protect the traveling priests of the All-Mother. The one you see before you, walking through the weirdness at a brisk, confident pace, doesn't seem to realize or care that this protection is unlikely to extend here. You show her the bouquet you received from the florist.
This is probably the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life, and trust me, I've seen a lot. Please take it away.
Before you have a chance to ask her for anything, something leaps out of the weirdness.
Praise the Mother. I'm glad you're here. I want to settle this once and for all. If All Mother is still with us, she will protect me. If not, I'd rather die anyway. Now let me be on my way and you go on yours. With my blessing.
Reluctantly, she reveals that she went into the weirdness of her own free will.
Ever since we landed on Avalon, I've seen so much evil. Men killing each other for a slice of bread. Parents drowning their children so that their cries don't draw a weird spawn. I'm on a pilgrimage, trying to visit all of the shrines raised throughout these lands in the name of the All-Mother.
You realize that with the world being in constant flux, stuck between various times and realities, her pilgrimage will probably never end. You tell her that since your journey will take you to various places anyway, you might as well help out. You can...
Here, it's an incense blessed by the High Priestess. Use it to perform a ritual at all of the All-Mother's altars you can find, and hope that, in time, we'll be able to purify and shield them from corruption. I'm too far away from the altar to cast spells like that. I can give you some potions or teach you a certain technique, though. It's your choice.
You see a ruined market cart by the side of the road. A man is desperately trying to arrange his wares on whichever surface of the cart is flat enough to hold them. As you approach him, he immediately announces,
My lord, I'm sorry. That's all I can give you this week.
"Who does he take you for?" The man looks confused, but who would argue with such a turn of events? He pockets the coins quickly.
Oh, I must have mistaken you for somebody else, kind sir.
He looks at you.
But since you refused to take such a hefty sum, perhaps you'd be interested in helping me out. You see, I think I might have an idea on how to double, triple, or even quadruple my earnings. Or I think I'd need around 5,000 coins to expand.
Before you have a chance to react, he waves his hand and continues.
No, don't worry. Doesn't have to be paid all at once. It can be an ongoing investment, but it's going to be worth it.
found what was protected by this beast. A stash of gold and jewelry. When you filled your pockets up to the brim with gold, 3 ethereal chests materialize in front of you, bringing... The golem collapses and shatters into thousands of pieces at your feet. You feel a strange surge of power in the air. Suddenly, a familiar creature appears.
Good. That was good. Congratulations.
You instantly recognize this voice. It's the goat-legged creature you've met before.
You see, the problem with weirdness is that it's an uncontrollable mess. Is there something you want? Really, really want? Snap your fingers. Here you go. There it is, right in front of you.
He looks at you, clearly unimpressed by the fact that you even exist.
If you're Avalonian, that is. You, people of the homelands, never found out how to control this power. And the problem is that you tried, because obviously you did. You know which human emotion is the strongest. Yes, and every answer was correct. All of these emotions made an impact on the force that surrounds us, that envelops this island, and it tried to give back. You hate somebody? Wish them death? Snap of your fingers, and here you go. A clear personification of your feelings standing right in front of you. However, since you're not a four-armed Avalonian wizard, you can't control it, can you?
He pauses, his expression one of hesitance. Maybe he said too much.
Anyway, as I've said before, good job. There are 3 more of those for you to get rid of, and then we can call it a day. This day, this time, in this timeline. Also, another path opened for you, with another surprise at the end. Oh, and before you go, I have even more good news for you. Yes, you guessed right, you deserve a reward.
As you approach the blacksmith, you hear him angrily mumbling to his anvil.
I swear on my name. One day he'll pay. Oh, it doesn't matter. Not at this point. Now I'm here and happy. It's just an old habit of mine.
His eyes say otherwise. Something is clearly on his mind.
It really doesn't matter. What matters is that you've invited me to your village, and I can now hammer away in peace and safety. You're not giving up, are you? Fine, fine. I'll tell you. I really loved me village and me people. When the army marched through our lands, I thought the All-Mother herself had blessed me. I got a contract to forge soldiers' weapons, but something went wrong. The weapons weakened instead of getting harder. So the army blacksmith accused me of treason. They didn't hang me because my people demanded a fair trial. But there was no time for one, so the army burned down me workshop and told me to leave. I had no choice. It was that or the noose. This anvil is the one thing that survived the fire. No, I don't care about that. It was so long ago. It's just a habit of mine. Whenever I work on weapons, I like to get angry. And then I force myself to care. My only regret from those days is that I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to me beloved.
He quickly realizes that a question is forming in your mind.
Silence.
His eyes sparkle.
She was the most beautiful person I have ever met. We would only meet at night, near the water. She didn't speak, true, but we understood each other very well. So please, forget what I told you considering the other blacksmith and all that treason. It really doesn't bother me anymore. But Silence, if you ever meet her, please tell her I'm here. If she wants to join us, I promise I'll take care of her. I'd be glad to have someone to talk to besides me anvil. You did it, didn't you? You've slain the beast. I knew I felt something unusual, as if some tremendous power was suddenly released and hit this land like a wave.
He nods in admiration.
I have to be honest with you, though. I had to make sure you'd be able to survive here. I had to be sure that you're the one I've dreamt of. In this...
He looks through you with his blank stare, but you're sure you've noticed the briefest glimmer of hope in his eyes.